It is bodyweight. At first glance, it may look like an everyday kids' playground, but this new park in the capital is far from child's play. So to give it a try and explain this up-and-coming workout regime is Jess Swan. Kia ora, Jess. What's going on?
Kia ora. Well, I'm here at the newest place to get those gains, the Calisthenics Park in Mount Victoria. Now, this has all come about. This place was being redone, and the council decided this is an important way for people to work out, and they decided to build this playground. So to tell me more about it, I'm joined by Alexi from the City Council. Thanks for being with us. Can you tell us why you built this place?
Yeah, so the Wellington Calisthenics crew had always been working out at the old playground, and when the playground came up for renewal, we worked with them to find out what they wanted, and what they really wanted was their own space to be able to train in. So we worked with them to design it and then get some funding, and then here we are today.
Here we are. Now, it's quite an alternative sort of working out, but that's what Council's focusing at the moment, right?
Yeah, our team at Council's whole purpose is to work with different groups that aren't being as active as they want to be, and then come up with ways that we can help them to be so. So that might be building calisthenics parks, or it might be working with children and adults to understand why they're not playing as much, or working with the skate community to build better parks, or host Bowlzilla like we did yesterday, or incorporate skatable architecture around the city.
That's awesome. What's the feedback been like for this playground so far?
Really awesome, and hopefully it's the first of many.
That's awesome, and I'm meeting one of those who loves this park. I'm here with Jordan, who knows calisthenics well. Can you tell us, what is calisthenics?
So calisthenics is actually two Greek words combined, kalos meaning beauty and stenos meaning strength. So with that in mind, calisthenics actually encompasses sort of any type of bodyweight movement. And the beautiful thing about that is that you can do it when you're at home, while you're boiling the jug, you can get on the ground and do some things, or you can do it outside. And when you're combining bodyweight movement with something outside, you've got a real concoction for good health.
So you say you can do it inside,
yeah.
But what's the beauty then of having a playground like this to do it outside?
Yeah, sort of having a custom-built playground like this gives you a bit more variety with some of the moves that you can do. Playgrounds are really great, but they are a little bit limited to the sort of movements that you can do. So having something like this means that you can just pull out all sorts of different tricks.
Can you show us some of those different tricks?
Sure can, sure can.
All right.
So over here we have some parallel bars. Now these can be used for a variety of different exercises to regress some of the ones that we'd usually perform here. So one of the first ones that you can do is called an inverted row, where you're going to be working through the back muscles. Now for those of you wanting to achieve chin-ups and pull-ups, this can be a really good regression. So that you're still working those muscles, but it's not going to be quite as onerous as doing a chin-up, for example. Similarly, with the likes of push-ups, if you're not quite comfortable doing a push-up or anything that involves pushing, you can be doing things on the parallel bars here, like inverted push-ups or elevated push-ups. And similarly, you can make these a little bit harder by simply going up a little bit further, putting a little bit more of your body weight through the upper body to make it
does look hard.
A bit more of a challenge. And then another one. This one's really basic, and because we are sort of part of the 8 family, this one just feels really good. It feels really natural, and that is called brachiation or swinging. This is something that a lot of our kids obviously do, and as adults we sort of lose touch with just our ability to move and swing. So this is a really good way just to open up the shoulders and to ensure we're sort of moving as we've been designed to.
That looks hard.
It's a little bit hard on the hands.
So this is something, though, you're saying that beginners, anybody who wants to get interested in this kind of movement can do?
Absolutely. Yeah, there's so many different types of movement that we could do. We shouldn't be limited by a particular structure. Movement's all about flowing and just being creative.
Now, you showed us some more practical things we could do, things that beginners could do.
Yep.
Can you show us some of the harder moves?
Sure. So this one particular move is called skin the cat. I actually don't know the origins of the term, but it's by grabbing the bar, you pull your feet through and down to the other side, and you can get as low as you feel comfortable with without dislocating your shoulders.
That looks so hard.
And then coming back through.
That's crazy. Wow. Wow. So what's your message to people who've seen this and they're like, wow, this part looks amazing, but I'm a bit intimidated? What's your message to them?
Yeah, well, first thing, movement doesn't discriminate. So everyone has some form of movement available to them. So this park just allows you to be expressive with that, to be creative. As humans, we have, so much dexterity, so much movement with our bodies. We should be honoring that by coming down and just trying it out. And by having other people also being at the park as well, you'll just learn new things, you'll see people move, and that sort of inspires you to be creative with your own body as well.
Well, you heard it here first. I couldn't have said it better myself. It's here in Mount Victoria. You can come along and check it out, get moving. I might give it a go after this, see if I can try it.
Thanks, Jess.